because the noise was so short and so fast, my ear did not have time to discern what it was. So automatically I perceived it as being an ominous, threatening noise. I mean, after all, I'm a Black guy. I'm sitting in a room with the head of the Klan. I've already been told, Daryl, don't fool with Roger Kelly, he'll kill you. So I got all that running in my head, right? And at that very split second, I jumped up out of my chair and I hit the table. I'm getting ready to come across that table, all right? I had gone into what you call survival mode. When you fear for your life, you go into survival mode. You're going to do whatever you got to do to survive. And there are normally about 4 things you can do in survival mode. Some people, they pass out, they faint. Yep. Because the fear is so great, the brain cannot process it, and the brain shuts down, and you faint. All right? I don't do that. Another thing people will do, their body will start shaking, their muscles will start constricting, and they curl up into a little ball. And you can be punching them, kicking them. They won't even be trying to deflect the blows. That's called paralysis by fear. You've seen people, get into a fight and they curl up into a fetal position and they don't even try to defend. Yep. Paralysis by fear, they can't move. I don't do that either. Third thing people will do is to run away. That is your best option. As quickly as you can, separate yourself from the source of the fear. Get away from it, right? And that is the option that I would have chosen had it been available to me. But it was not available because I knew I cannot outrun a bullet in a motel room. Okay?
Yeah, no, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, I'm not Superman or the Flash or whoever, so that was not an option. I was not armed. My secretary was not armed. The only person that I knew for sure who was armed was the Nighthawk. I could see his weapon in his holster. I did not know if Mr. Kelly had a weapon up. He was wearing a suit, suit and tie. I didn't know if he had a weapon up under his suit jacket or not. All I knew was I can't run a bullet in a motel room, right? So your fourth option is to do what's called a preemptive strike. Get them before they get you. And that's what I was on my way to do. When I came up out of my chair, I was about to dive across that table, grab the Nighthawk, grab Mr. Kelly, and slam them down to the ground and disarm the Nighthawk, neutralize the situation. And so when I hit the table, I'm just inches from Mr. Kelly's face. And I'm looking right into his eyes because I knew he had done this. I didn't say one word. I'm looking right in his eyes, and my eyes were speaking loud and clear to him. In fact, my eyes were shouting so loud he could hear my eyes. My eyes were saying to him, "What did you just do?" Well, ironically, his eyes were fixated on my eyes. And I could read his eyes. He didn't say a word either. I could read his eyes like ESP, like telepathy. His eyes were saying to me, "What did you just do?" And the Nighthawk had his hand on his gun, looking back and forth between both of us, like, what did either one of y'all just do? Well, Mary was sitting on top of the dresser because there were no more chairs in the room. And she realized what had happened. And she began explaining it to us. And it happened again, and we all started laughing. What had happened was the ice in the ice bucket had begun melting, and the cans of soda were shifting down the ice.
Oh, geez.
That was it. That was it, okay? And we all began laughing. But this was a teaching moment. I won't say it was a learning moment. The learning would come later, but it was a teaching moment. And what we learned was we all are human beings. We each, even though we're on opposite ends of the spectrum, ideologically, right? We each felt fear over the same thing, fear of the unknown. The unknown means that of which we are ignorant. When you're ignorant, there's something you're ignorant about, something you don't know about, right? We felt fear of the unknown. That means we both were human beings, regardless of what our ideological beliefs were. That's a human emotion. And then when the fear was addressed, we felt relief. And we all began laughing. It's crazy. A Black man and a Klan leader sitting together in a room at a table, laughing at the same thing.